Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. I have another comparison shave for you today. And I noticed that you guys all like the AL13, at least the analytics on YouTube tell me that that's one of my most watched videos. And the LEAF Twig. So two modern razors that are both lurking here in the background, AL13 and the LEAF Twig. They are both on the mild side. They are both really easy to use for beginners or for the guy that really just wants a smooth shave every morning with no risk of cutting their face off. And I think those two razors both fall into the category. So the razors are established. They are sitting next to each other, already waiting for their chance. I've already gotten us a head start. I have pre-shave already in my face. And now the rest, we're going to be using palm olive shaving cream, which has been sitting here for a while. I haven't used it much. So we're going to give this another whirl. And we're going to lather this up in my face with my brand new DS Cosmetic brush. The old one, here, let me show you. It's pretty sad. Where is it? Right here. It fell on the ground and the handle like chipped off in multiple locations, hit the tile floor, and yeah, unfortunately this is not going to be usable anymore. Maybe I can rescue the knot out of the handle and maybe one of these days implant this into something else. But that's for another day. In the meantime, we're just going to use this. This is synthetic as well, just like the old one, different color. I'll just stick that here in my water. Water is already prepped. Both razors already have a blade in it. I just want to make sure that I have my little half blade Wilkinson sword in here, that it's lined up correctly with those two alignment tabs and tightened down all the way. So that's good. So this one can sit here. And then the AL13, we still have to put a blade in there. Let's find a blade. So I found us a Wilkinson sword, brand new, out of a new box. I'm going through the stuff pretty quickly. I usually shave 3 to 4 times with a blade and then it goes into my little blade bank up here. This little oil barrel style. And the AL13 by Henson, made in Canada, is the typical 3-piece. You know, the top cap, the bottom plate, and the handle. And then you can easily grab it from the side. There's no blade overhang. It's really nice and, you know, secure. Here in this razor, compared to anything else, you can see there is not much visible blade, but there is some blade gap. So you can clearly see a blade gap there. So this is a very nice mild razor. This is the original, you know, before they came out with different, you know, the plus, and the plus, I guess, or the mild or more aggressive version of this. This is bare aluminum, supposedly engineered by a company that works on satellites and in space travel and all that kind of stuff. So very precise, that's their claim to fame. Also that the edge of the blade is fully supported the entire length of the blade, so there shouldn't be any blade shatter. And they have pretty nice little gutters down here underneath the blade edge, so this is pretty good. And then of course the LEAF, completely different design. It's the, you know, the single edge razor, but it uses half of a DE blade, so you can snap a blade in half. I still have another half of a Wilkinson sword sitting here just to show you. So this is what that looks like. You just snap them in half while they are still in the paper. No big deal. Or you can of course also buy their own brand LEAF blades that are perfectly usable. I've already used them, so I'm just, you know, sticking with the good old faithful same brand as I always use. All right, so razors are good to go. We're gonna put everything out of the way. So let's get my face wet real quick on top of the pre-shave that I already put on my face. So now we're just gonna grab my wet brush and squeeze the palm olive right on top of it. Made by Procter & Gamble, I want to say. Is it made in the US of A? That is what I want to know. Colgate Palm Olive, not Procter & Gamble. What am I saying? Oh my, made in Italy. It's another Italian product. I do really like those Italian products, really, to be honest. I have the Prep pre-shave. I have lots of Parasso products. I have fine products that are partially made in Italy. Palm olive apparently. All right, we got lots of cream. If this is not enough, we will take more. The DS Cosmetics synthetic brushes, they are very soft feeling, but they do have enough backbone so you can do a good lather in your face. And you don't need to soak them. They're ready to go. You just get them wet and that's it. So it's very user-friendly, easy to do. They are very compatible with a cold shave, so I do lots of cold shaving. We'll see what I'm going to do in the winter. You know, maybe I get the Scuttle out. The Scuttle that I don't own yet. Anyone want to sponsor a nice Scuttle for Heiko? Yeah, this seems to need a lot of water, so I'm keep dipping here into my emissus basin that has fresh cold water in it. More water. Also very mentholated, very cool feeling in my face. This is just the right size of knot. It's a 24mm knot that's very form stable. It doesn't turn into like a wet noodle. And the handle has this round knob at the end. It's long enough so I'm not constantly getting soap on my fingers. So this is really nice. Oh, look at this. This is actually a pretty good lather. Just a little dry still, huh? A little bit more hydration, as the experts say. All right. So let's do a quick little cleanup. Looks good. Soap off the hands. Sorry for the noise here. All right, and now we're going to start with a, let's say, start with a leaf here on the right. And here's the shave. And I made sure the blade is in there correctly. I learned from my mistakes. This is a very, very user-friendly razor. I don't know, there are some people that don't like it. They have a problem getting the right angle, but this thing is dictating the angle. It's so easy to get started with this. I will definitely use this as a Christmas gift for someone in my family. When I did my first shave with this, I demonstrated how, you know, nicely rounded off all the edges are. There is no blade overhang. There is no sharp edges sticking out unless you don't install the blade correctly, like Heiko has done, this guy. So very nice, very, very forgiving. Did I just nick myself talking about how forgiving it is? It's plated in some shape or form, anodized. I have no idea what it is, in gold. You can get them in many different colors. You know, whatever floats your boat, the chrome, the silver, the matte finish, the black, the purple, the, you know, rainbow color, whatever floats your boat. But this is really very forgiving. And for someone who wants to get started in the traditional wet shaving world with a single edge razor, and the nice thing is you don't need to have an injector blade for this. A lot of the single edge razors are injector razors that use an injector cartridge, and those are proprietary, or they are also available on the market, but it's more expensive than a double-edged safety razor blade. All right, and now we're going to switch to the Henson AL13. The space razor. Not that it was in space, but engineered by some spacecraft engineers in Canada. Some people say that the bare aluminum is not as slick and therefore gives them a little bit of some resistance on their skin. And I can confirm that that's true. So going from this one here, that is shiny, glossy, you know, even in dry condition, going against my skin, this one here has more like a sticky, resisting feel to it. So it drags a little bit more, but they make them also in many different colors. This one was like the original run, I guess. So if you want to get this in some sort of plated, coated variation, you know, that might help with the slickness. Maybe one day we're going to try some electroplating ourselves. I bet that's not really hard to do, anodizing some aluminum. But it is a very user-friendly razor as well. It dictates the angle very well, so you can easily find the right angle. You feel the blade, but it's so mildly done. The blade feel is so, you know, comfortable. Even on non-lubricated skin, this is safe to use. Has nicely chamfered edges here. So they go around a little bit. And that brings the outer edge of the razor pretty close to the cutting edge of the blade. So if you need to get under your nose or close to your ear, maybe some other kind of shaping of your goatee maybe, or you want to shape your beard, this is a good one to do. This one as well. I mean, they are both really high on my likability scale. So let's quick inspection here. Very good. I mean, the result is very similar on both sides. I mean, we're using the same blade and they're both known to be a very mild razor, the Twig and the AL13. So we're going to lather up again. We're going to do across the grain. Oh, look at that. Palm olive is also a very subdued kind of scent. Very fresh smelling. Nice cooling effect combined with cold water here. I think I nicked my Adam's apple. At least I have a little bit of a burning feel down here. And that was with a Twig. The Twig is going after my skin again. But that's totally user error. I tell you guys, it's not the Twig's fault. It's as long as you install your blade correctly and you get your Adam's apple out of the way, which you probably have to do with any razor. Very good. Feels very nice. All right, off the hands. All right, let's do across the grain with a LEAF Twig. Puffing up the cheeks, so we're not cutting off the wrinkles. Very good. I mean, there is barely anything better than this. I'm not making this up. From all the razors that I've used so far, there are really only a few that get really close. And in the previous videos you have seen, I really found a liking for the Fine DE5, which is more aggressive than this. But on my face it did a really good job, and it's very slick feeling. Hey, very easy to get under the nose. Because on this one here, the cutting edge, the end of the cutting edge is also really close to the edge of the razor. So And you can almost lay it flat on your face with this surface here. Lay it flat on your face. And you can easily get under there. Very good. All right, and now we're going to do the same with a Henson AL13. I was told that on the Henson webpage, you can only get the AL13 in 2 levels of aggression. So the mild and the regular, or the mild and the aggressive. For other vendors, they have made versions with the plus and the plus plus and the plus 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 levels. So those are variations that are only available through other vendors. At least that's what I was told. Okay, here the same. Very easy to get close to your nose because the cutting edge of the blade is right up against the end of the razor, and then it has the nicely rounded over chamfered edges. There you go. Let's do a quick inspection. Very good, very good. Very good. So yeah, next section still has some stubbles left, but that's normal here on my face. All right, let's just rinse off a little bit, like that. All right, we're gonna lather up for round number 3. I feel like the soap that you have on your brush after the second or third time of lathering up, it actually gets better. It kind of ripens. It you know, some guys would call it blooming because it's wet. It sits there in the wet condition, and then you put it on a really wet face, and then suddenly everything just falls in place. And you know, we can take this you know, much further. You can pre-bloom your soap. I don't know how you would do that with a cream. I guess you could squeeze the cream into a shaving bowl and then let that bloom with a little bit of some water, and then lather up in the bowl and then go to your face. But we don't do that. We do the, you know, the lumberjack variation here. All right, now we're gonna do the third pass against the grain, leaf twig again. Yeah, you can hear there's still some left, which you can't. Oh, I just found a bristle from my brush on my face. Hello? Yeah, very good. Yeah, we're not going to do against the grain on my upper lip, but we're going to do against the grain down here on my neck, which is not a problem. Not even a slight problem. All right. Upper lip was already clean. There's absolutely nothing left. There you go. And now the same with a AL13. The AL13, because of its very small blade gap, even though it has those large gutters behind it, it can get clogged. So if you have more than a couple days growth and you maybe have some stainless steel bristles sticking out of your face, you know, like the rough stuff. This might get stuck a little bit or clogged. And then it's probably a good idea to maybe go for very good, no problem. But the little bit more resistant to sliding, even when it's wet, is a thing. It's definitely a thing. The LEAF doesn't have that problem. Yeah, there's nothing left here. This is perfectly anything that we need to clean up. No, not really. This is perfect BBS with mild razors and no irritation, no effort really. So this is a smooth shave. All right, let's rinse this off. We don't need to do any alum, I'm pretty sure. And as I have already mentioned in previous videos, I use alum even though it's an aluminum salt, and aluminum supposedly not super good for you, but we will still use it occasionally when we need it, you know, when I'm bleeding out of my face. But when there is absolutely no need for it because you have a smooth, clean shave with no irritation, then what's the point, right? What aftershave are we going to use? Let's use, I don't have an aftershave matching my palm olive. Is there such a thing? A palm olive aftershave? But hey, color matches. So let's do this one here. My beloved Parasso green. I literally emailed Parasso USA and asked them if they could maybe make a bar soap out of it. And they do have a line of colognes, but they do not have one that is, you know, mentholated like the Parasso green aftershave. I mean, this is a splash. You could probably put a bottle like this in your pocket, carry it around with you, and then just re-splash yourself every 15 minutes when it wears off. But they don't have a matching cologne, which is, you know, make a cologne that matches your aftershave so you don't mix up scents. At least that's my thought. All right, guys, so we did AL13 versus the LEAF Twig, Henson versus LEAF. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter which one you buy. They are really beginner friendly, but also for the experienced guy. If you are just looking for a gentle razor that still gets you a BBS, those are both great. The LEAF is heavier. We haven't talked about that yet at all. So the LEAF is with a blade, 74 grams. And since the AL13 is completely made out of aluminum, much lighter at only 39.5 grams. So this is a little bit more typical razor weight, like in the 80 gram range, right? Has a big old chunky bulbous handle, which I actually like. Also the knurling here for twisting it shut, it's pretty good. And it doesn't want to fall out of your hand because it kind of gets thicker again towards the top, so you can literally hold it like this. This one also, because of the raw aluminum surface, with some knurling and some design work, it really sticks in your hand. It has a really good grip to it. Also gets a little thicker at the end here. So I really like the simplicity of this, the simple lines, the simple surfaces, no curvature, and they really got the deal with, you know, mild aggression, but you know, still efficient enough to actually shave. A lot of mild razors, or there are, especially the adjustable ones. You go into the really mild settings and suddenly they don't shave anymore. This one is mild, but still shaves. Same as this. So you pick your poison. Both are great, great value. I will annotate the prices, the current market prices for either of those right here. And you just pick yours, you know. You do you. All right. So that's the comparison. That's all we got today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for participating, being part of this community, and keep the comments coming. Subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like. Doesn't cost you anything. I will put some links down to the products in the description. LEAF, I actually have a affiliate link that gives me a small commission, but I also have a discount code for you guys. So if you want to pick up a Twig or a Thorn or the LEAF razor, that's like the 3-bladed version of this, you can pick them up with my discount code. AL13 Henson, no affiliation whatsoever. I will still put a link to their webpage down below. Alrighty guys, that's it. I will see you in the next one.